Hi class, today we are working on a problem string and we are working on a strategy called 5 is half of 10. So I'm wanting you to take notes in your notebook because you can always use this on tests and quizzes. Our first problem is 10 times 26. First we're going to create a ratio table, because today we are going to be working with ratio tables and arrays to solve these problems. I know that 1 times 26, if I had one group of whatever it is and 26, what if I took 10 times 26? What would I get? Yes, 260. So if I know what 10 times 26 is, and I need to find what half of that is, 5 times 26, 5 times 26 is half of 10 times 26. Here we have an array, which is 260, which also equals 2 sets of 5 times 26, which each of those sets equals 130, totaling 260. When using the 5 is half of 10 strategy, first we know that 10 times 26 is 260. And because 5 is half of 10, 5 times 26 equals 1/2 times 10 times 26, or another way you could write that is 5 times 26 equals 10 times 26 divided by 2. Our next problem is 15 times 26. Let's do another ratio table. Let's start again with 1 times 26 is 26. We know that 10 times 26 is 260. 1 times 10 is 10. 26 times 10 is 260. 10 divided by 2 equals 5. And what we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom. 260 divided by 2 equals 130. So if we took 10 plus 5 is 15, we know that 260 plus 130 is 390. 5 times 26 equals the same as 1/2 times 10 times 26, or 5 times 26 equals 10 times 26 divided by 2. 15 times 26 equals 10 times 26 plus another 5 times 26. Because if you look, 5 plus 10 is 15. $390 is the answer. What if we took 10 times 78? Let's do it with a ratio table. We start with 1 times 78 is 78. And then say, 1 times 10 is 10. 78 times 10 is 780. Now we know that 10 times 78 is 78, or 780. We can solve for 5 times 78. How? 5 times 78 equals what? One times 78 is 78. 10 times 78 is 780. Now we can take 10 divided by 2 is 5. 780 divided by 2 equals 390. So here's a picture, and down here is an equation. 5 times 78 equals 1/2 times 10 times 78, or 5 times 78 equals 10 times 78 divided by 2, which equals 390. The next one we have is another ratio table of 100 times 78. If we had one group of 78 and we needed to find out what 100 groups of 78 were, we would take 1 times 100 and 78 times 100, which gives you 7,800. Now we know that 100 times 78 is 7,800. What is 50 times 78? We know one group of 78 is 78. What is 10 groups of 78? 1 times 10 is 10. 78 times 10 is 780. We cut that in half. 10 divided by 2, or times 1/2, equals 5. 780 times 1/2, or 2, divide by 2, equals 390. We remembered that 100 groups equals 7,800. So half of 100, or 100 divided by 2, or times 100 equals 50. 7,800 divided by 2, or times 1/2 equals 3,900. Here's my equation. 50 times 78 equals the same as 1/2 times, parenthesis, 100 times 78, or 5 times 78 equals 100 times 78 divided by 2, which equals 3,900. Last problem. We've got 49 times 78. If you remember, we had 100 groups equals 7,800. We took 1 times 100 equals 100. 78 times 100 equals 7,800. Now if we take that and divide it by 2, which gives us 50, 100 divided by 2 is 50. 7,800 divided by 2 is 3,900. But what if we needed to know what 49 groups were? Look at the equation below. 49 times 78 equals 50 times 78 minus 1 times 78. So we took off a group of 78. Another way to look at it is 49 times 78 equals 3,900 minus 78. Bam! 3,822. Thank you for participating.